I'm breaking down some of the nuance of what it is to be a highly sensitive person. Number one, we are the people that value conscientiousness in society. And yes, when I look around at society, I often think, conscientiousness is dead or dying. It feels like it's on its last leg. So if you value conscientiousness, know that you are not alone. It's part of how we're wired. We see the world through a conscientiousness lens because we value so much when people are conscientious with us that we give it away. Don't feel crazy when you're out there in the world when other people are very mindless about things that seem like a simple consideration or conscientiousness or kindness or politeness to you. Number two, yes, we think through things, but mostly we feel through things. So when there's a decision to be made, sometimes that makes it tricky. Like if I'm going to make a plan 3 days from now, one of my first thoughts is, well, how do I know if I'm going to have energy for that? I don't know how I'm going to feel. So when we lead with feelings, if we don't understand that about ourselves, we don't know when to shift into leading with thinking. There are some things in this life that are awesome, great, lovely, no problems at all to lead with feeling. If I'm out in public and see a human being that I want to connect with or say, wow, that's a lovely hat, or your baby has a beautiful smile, or however I want to connect, that's definitely a heart-centered, feely motivation and drive that I listen to and that I allow. But if I'm thinking about, do I feel like doing the laundry or doing some chore that I can't stand doing, I'm never going to feel like doing it. So if I stay feeling driven, that'll never get done. So in that moment, I have learned over time, as taking care of this unique personality and temperament that I have, that I suspect you have too, if you're listening, means that I know to shift out of my feeling forwardness in that moment and let my mind, my task manager, make that decision. Now that decision is also a bit of a tweak on feelings, because the thought I will tell myself from my mind instead of from my feelings is, go clean the dishes because it will feel so much better after you're done. Number three, before coping strategies are learned and implemented and committed to practicing, high sensitivity is a burden. After effective coping strategies, high sensitivity blooms like a flower into the beauty. There is so much beauty available to us when we are highly sensitive. It's why a sunrise can make me cry in joy and beauty. It's why somebody else's child that I'm not related to, that I'll never see again, can warm my heart like a mini miracle in a moment. These little, what seem like inconsequential moments can be filled with utter beauty. That's not unique to me. That is available in every highly sensitive person I have ever met. It's what motivates me to keep doing this work, because it breaks my heart that some of you are out there and don't know that yet, or might go all the way to the ends of your life never knowing. I want you to have more beauty. Number 4, when you're open, everything is a teacher. I didn't realize going through school to be a traditional counselor how much my clients would grow me by the feedback they gave me. Feedback of what they didn't like, feedback of what they did like, feedback of what worked, feedback of what didn't work. The honest to God truth is that the reason I started Emotional Badass with my producer, Chris, and my now husband is because so many different clients over the years said to me directly, Nikki, you should have a show. You could help so many people. So when we get together in this healing space, I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how academic somebody tries to keep it or clinical. When you're doing heart-centered human work and you're doing it, excuse the expression, rightly, there is a flow back, there is a circle, there is a give and there is a take. And that is not wrong in the way that traditional therapy sometimes suggests that it is. Because for all the help that I have given my clients and they have thanked me for over the years, it is right as a reciprocal exchange in some ways that they offer something to me too. So the feedback they've given me has been some of the greatest gifts of my life because it has grown me as a human being and it has grown me as a practitioner. And that means I get to take that gift and give more fully to other people. Now that is very sort of clear and obvious in my profession as a helper, healer, therapist, and coach. But I promise you that's not unique to me in my profession. That's how it works human to human, no matter our profession, no matter what we're doing or what we're not doing out in this world. That's the reciprocity. It's why we're wired to be social. Number 5, highly sensitive people, we're hard on ourselves. And it is something that no matter how much we work on it, we really will need to hold on to working on that all of our lives. Because every single moment in life is its own sort of little mini challenge. Sometimes big, sometimes small. That critical voice kind of hangs back when we've learned it as our original language. When we see other sensitive people being harsh with themselves, it informs us how wrong it is to be harsh with ourselves in a similar way. This is again how giving and receiving, how being with each other as sensitive people helps grow us. There are unique and beautiful and nuanced, emotionally intelligent quirks that we can learn from in highly sensitive people. These are some of the things I've learned from having almost 20 years of working directly with highly sensitive people. The nuance of working with sensitivity is so wide and deep for me that I find that it transcends language very often. What I've done in today's episode is try to break down a few generalized but very nuanced things that I see most highly sensitive people doing. And I'm trying to do this because when I point these things out in a one-on-one session, most clients are very relieved and kind of puzzled that they weren't able to see that with clarity in themselves, but they feel the resonance of yes, my goodness, oh, I do that. That is me. And I think that's a very important step that we have to meet ourselves in on repeat to understand who we are. Why is it so hard to understand who we are? Because we're in a world that's very different than how we are. So we're unraveling all of the things we've been, frankly, brainwashed into over the course of our lives. Like, oh, stop crying the second we cry. Oh, you're too sensitive. Because we emote, we don't have poker faces, most of us. We show ourselves, we're authentic, we get told we're oversharers. There's so many things that we get told about who we are that we take because other people say those things with authority, as if they're exactly right, instead of with a curiosity or an acknowledgement of, wow, that's different than how I do it, or different than how I would see it or feel it or process it. I hope that this episode and everything that I put out into the world on this podcast, on all of my social media, in my communities, on Patreon, YouTube, my programs, everywhere, directly and indirectly help you piece together the beautiful, intricate puzzle of who we are. And that becomes a fun process. Not a, damn, why didn't I get that puzzle piece sooner? But more of a, yay, how fun, how lovely to be able to plug in another piece of what has felt like a puzzle of who I am.